What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. A book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. The link will be in the description box below. As usual, I know I said my Houdini hat on, howdy. Uh, this video is entitled Black America Solutions, Back to Basics. So, giving you what you asked for. You know who I'm talking to. Okay, so let's talk about solutions. And I have other videos that talk about the solutions, but um, I don't make a whole lot of videos saying solutions. So I think we need to get back to basics. And what I mean by basics is, um, I think one way to solve our problems, cre- is to invest in our own, reinvest in our own infrastructure on a family level. You know, I think we need to have people need to have families, or the family units need to get back together, and they need to do things like teach the family skills, the skills that um, the skills that people got away from doing because you should go to school and get an education and be something bigger than this. Like, we need to get back to basics. You know, you need to get taught how to farm again. We need to get taught how to garden again. We need to get taught how to sew again. We need to get taught how to roof again. How to, how to lay concrete and tiles and get retaught how to fix cars and put up sheetrock and plywood, and we need to get back to basics. You know, do all, to do all of the things that we want to pay everybody else to do. I think we need to the family needs to come together and say, look, this is how you do such and such and such. It's very easy. You do it like this. It doesn't cost a whole lot of money. I think we need to get back to that. I think that's a solution for us to get back to basics. Because my grandmother, one of my I only have one living grandparent, but I'm gonna use my grandmother as an example. Uh, my grandmother, my grandmother on my father's side, and my grandfather on my mother's side. My grandmother, she worked a 9 to 5. Okay, she worked for AT&T for years. She retired. But my grandmother, if it boiled down to it, she knew how to sew, how to knit. Of course, she knew how to cook and clean. Um, she could do drywall. She could cut the grass. She could edge the yard. She could plant crops. She could pick crops. She could garden. Uh, really, if need be, and it didn't, and she knew electric work because she actually worked in the inside of AT&T, but she knew, IT stuff. She, as she grew older, she figured that stuff out. So, she was well rounded. My granddad, old veteran soldier from the Korean War, went to the Korean War. Um, with everything the military taught him, you know, we're not even talking about farming. We're not even talking about building buildings and fixing cars. He also was a baker. You know, um, he also if I'm not mistaken, him and my uncle, not my uncle, but his brothers, like, um, they can make their own clothes. If I'm not mistaken, been a long time because my granddad been dead for a long time. They only got one brother living. If you ever see this Uncle Hanky was at, no, Uncle Hanky dead. Shit. Anyway, yeah. But he was a baker. Yeah, all the house stuff, all the car stuff, he did that. You know, the hunting, the fishing, got that. The old country remedies and stuff like that. Yeah, like, you know, some of y'all don't know that, you know, if you had a cut, you could roll up a spider web and kind of use it as and patch to patch yourself up with. That type of stuff, you know, the old herbal medicine healing things. My granddad could do that, and we've gotten away from a lot of that stuff. Like, you know, we don't realize the household remedies. I mean, I'm closer to 40, and I see people who forgot how to make a hot toddy. I'm like, wow. Everybody getting drunk all the time, but don't nobody know how to make a hot toddy now? Wow. But you know, the using, you know, buying an aloe plant and using aloe plants and stuff like that, or using like banana peel to help fertilize, you know, flowers and stuff like just those old country things we need to get back to basics with. That's the other thing. A solution is understanding finance in that old sense of being able to use everything, like stretching a dollar. Instead of trying to just make it rain, I think we should get back to stretching our dollars. You know, people always talking about people who really have a lot of money, they don't spend a lot because they still being rich are cheap and make their dollar stretch. So I think, you know, that's a solution for us. I also think when it comes to, we need to be harder on our kids. You know, we can't be lax in the responsibilities, because getting back to basics, you got to remember the things that, you know, I know the things my parents and my grandparents and my great grandparents, the things that they told me they did as children. You know, I hate to say this, some of y'all nowadays are adults and y'all still can't do this stuff. They was taking care of siblings, households, cooking, cleaning, farming, working little odd jobs and businesses. You know, like I remember my granddad, I think he dropped out of school in the 3rd grade to start supporting the family. Like, so he had a lot of different little skill sets and trades because of that. Because he had to help the family, you know. I think we're not hard enough on our children and making them more responsible. We keep let these kids be kids. Yeah, but that's the problem. That's why you got 34-year-old kids running around here, because you stop. You know, they're not adults yet. I think the quicker you make a child think like an adult, the better it is for them. There's nothing wrong. It's something great about a child whose mind is advanced. I think we need to get back to being more responsible and harder on our kids to make better kids. I think that's a solution. I think as far as relating to each other, as far as we need to start being completely honest with each other again. You know, even when people were doing wrong, they came to a point where you can say it. Like, and what I mean by that, being responsible and standing on your integrity. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Mean what you say what you mean, do what you say you're gonna do. But now we got a society where, if it's what's understood don't even have to be said. Actually, it does have to be said. Actually, you do have to back up what you're talking. You know, I think that you can't get around that. I don't think anybody could. We can't move anywhere. We can't move forward as a people if we're not being completely honest with each other. You know, I think another solution is also we're gonna have to get rid of our dead weight. See, they one of the things, and that goes back to getting back to basics. If you were detrimental to the family back in the day, you was on your own. You know, and for some odd reason now we like coddling people who are detrimental to the family, and that doesn't work. It doesn't work. If you detrimental to the family, you gotta go. Go be a detriment to yourself or society and let everybody else deal with you. If you get dealt with, you get dealt with. It is what it is. But to have this mentality where, they need a hug, they need a kiss. No, that's not gonna work. I think one of our other solutions is, and I probably said this before, we need to pick up spirituality and put down organized religion. To be in tune with God, you got to be in tune with your fellow man. You got to be in tune with nature. You got to be in tune with, the shifts in the universe, the energies of people. But just to pick up a Bible and just quote some stuff all out of context and be a jerk of a person through your life, that's not what's up. We see, we were good when we used the Bible to use God to become better people, and the Bible was just a book that had rules in it. Now we're looking at the Bible as God, and and God had to be perfect, but I'm just gonna act a fool and read these words and don't feel like I have to abide by them. We don't have character and spirituality anymore. And that's what I mean earlier about keeping it 100 with everybody, because we want we're acting as though we're glorifying the devil in people and ignoring the God in people. And unfortunately, if you keep glorifying the devil, you're gonna wind up in hell. And to a degree, that's where our community, we go into hell in a handbasket, right? It goes for the same for America, but I think Black America solutions. Let's get back to basics. I'll do more solutions on other things too. We out.